And we are back.
With snow cones.
With snow cones and fists. We caught the fist, right?
Fisting snow cones.
Yeah, we called him Fister. Or Fisto?
Mephisto?
I can't remember. We should call the other one Mel, the little one Fisto.
That would have been the idea.
Just the big one, Satan.
Yeah. Satan does exist in the Marvel Universe.
Oh, that's right, he does.
But they have like a different name for him. Like
Mr. Satan.
There's like the one above all, and then there's one below all, I believe it is.
The one beneath all or something?
The one beneath all, yeah. Rob Explains from Comics Explained.
Comics Explains is super good.
Oh,
I haven't watched him in forever. Again, like the last time we were telling it, I still haven't watched him since then. But he stopped showing up on my stuff. It wasn't it wasn't willfully that I was
no,
like,
of course.
oh no, Rob.
He's one of those people that I'll binge every now and then. Like every couple months, I'll go through a phase where I'm like,
if you need something in the background that you can just inactively listen to.
Here's some cool comic shit that I can listen to, find out what's going on and whatnot. He pops up on my feed all the time, but I don't have that many subscriptions, so maybe that's why. Or maybe it's because I look at so much comic books, they're like, no, we know you still watch this.
I don't think I actively subscribe to anyone on my personal account just because I know when I do, they inundate me with just that.
Oh.
And I'm like, I kind of want a variety of stuff, you know? But yeah, I haven't seen Rob's stuff in a while.
My subscription is whenever my students ask me, hey, what do you subscribe to on YouTube? They keep listing all these huge million-plus subscribers, and I go, nope, never even heard of them. They're like, how? It's like, nope, never heard of that. Because it's all lifestyle stuff or influencers. And I say, I have nothing against these people, but
they don't speak to you as an audience?
Yeah, they just don't speak to me as an audience. They're like, well, what do you watch? Like, well, history stuff on art and animation, art history, video game
God
facts.
dang, he jumped right out of that.
Like, I'm a history nerd, and it could be history of almost anything, but give me informational stuff. What is it called? Crack Course history?
Crack Course?
It has, like, the animated stuff.
Oh no, please don't tell me you're talking about...
It has the cool animation stuff for it.
Crash Course?
Yeah, they have some cool stuff for like information.
I might be
like,
misthinking of who it is.
You might be. But
can you show me an image?
Yeah. Some of it's actually kind of informational. And it's just like for educating students, it's actually useful to give them like digestible forms, so sometimes that stuff can be sent to them.
This fucking thing's gonna die again by hail as I try and fail to catch it every single time. Premiere ball. Premiere.
I mean, it's kind of like educational. It's kind of jokey.
God dang, this thing is strong.
But yeah, they have like the dumb like stuff like that.
Yeah,
is that what you're thinking
Crash Course. Yeah. God, did I hear something bad about them?
Oh, maybe.
Like they don't do due diligence for a lot of their research or something. I might have been. I might be thinking of Kurskergakt or whatever it is, though.
You might be.
It was like a year or two ago that I heard that.
I don't watch
one of them really was like, hey. It makes good articles, but they do not.
They don't
according
do enough
to
research.
These sets of videos, they're way off. Like they didn't. It makes for good content, but it doesn't make for good actual like learning stuff.
Interesting.
But I don't know if it was Crash Course, if it was Kurskergakt.
They
I don't know
list
if I'm pronouncing
so
that
many
right.
different like resources and stuff at the end of their videos. I assume they were
I don't know
well
if it's
researched.
them or not. Yeah. But there was one of them where they did an article. Again, don't know if it's Crash Course. It was one of the like educational, fungicational, videos, where they're like, yeah, no, they listed their sources, but we looked into the source, and the source actually said the opposite of that. It's like they skimmed it and then just didn't give a fuck. And this is not a new thing for that channel. I wish I remember what the channel was.
I'm not finding any.
Okay, it might not be Crash Course then. Whoa, that's the evolved version.
Oh yeah, that's the evolved like
that's
Brontosaurus.
Cool. Brontosaurus with like a frilly frill.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
I'm gonna, cause that's not a ghost. I'm gonna slap in Linus. Oops, that's not the right button. Okay, it might not be in Crash Course then. And I don't want to do libel against Crash Course. If they're good, they're good.
Yeah, I mean they've seemed like they've been pretty on point with the most of the things that I've watched.
Yeah, that's good then. I mean those kind of channels are awesome. I know.
According to Ask Historians on Reddit, most people are like, yeah, they're good for topic starters. Like they're not super in depth, but
Yeah,
they're enough
yeah.
for giving you like
Surface
hey,
level, get you excited.
surface
yeah.
level. Here's some brief information. What was the
Yeah.
thing that you were talking about?
Kurskergakt? I don't know if that's
Kurskergakt.
now how you pronounce it. I don't even know how you fucking spell it. Just look up science.
Or
God. A bunch of people in the comments like, I
Science?
know what you're talking about, but I don't even know how to. It's like key. It's like Kerskgacht. It's like a German word or something like that. Kurskergakt or something. I don't. I'm fucking saying it wrong, I'm sure. And they might have an exclamation mark at the end. Or I might be thinking of Kerrang.
Kerrang?
No, Kerrang's something completely different. It's not. That's not the same thing. But I think Kerrang has the exclamation mark at the end of it.
Korgat?
No, I think it's like KR, not KOR. I think it's like KRSCRGACHT or something like that. It's been forever, like I said, since I've seen it. Because once I looked into.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you're watching a video source on like YouTube or something, you always want to make sure that facts are being checked.
Yeah. But it almost seemed like, and again, don't know if it was them. I don't even know if I have the right name. But there was an article where people looked into it further, and they're like, yeah, it almost seems like willful ignorance for how often they're almost counterpointing themselves based off of the sources that they're putting out. Let me see if I can pull it up.
See if you can find it, because I have no idea what you're talking about. Like, everything that I've seen on Crash Course has been like very surface level stuff, but enough to where it's like, okay, this checks out with what I know based on these subjects, so it seems like it's decent information, but it's never like, hey, this is in-depth stuff. And sometimes they do go really depth.
The conversation starter of it is.
Well, some of the Crash Courses they've brought on like actual experts, and then they've shown their credentials. It's like, all right, well, you say you're from Stanford. I'm gonna assume that you know what you're talking about.
Science YouTube channel. Kurskergakt, maybe. It keeps autocorrect keeps fucking me up. And like, did you mean this? It's like, no, damn it.
Yeah, because Crash Course covers everything from history to science to world politics.
Yeah, and again, I don't think it was Crash Course.
Okay.
But I do think whoever does the animations for Crash Course also does animations for other videos too, and they're kind of clickbaity. I think that's what I heard about Crash Course's animation one.
There's another one I subscribe to that has like similar-ish animation. Maybe I do follow the one you're talking about.
I might be misremembering, or I might have just been like misconstruing the fact that they look very similar.
Might be.
I never got confirmation that they're the same ones, but I looked at it. I was like,
it is very simple.
I was like, that Crash Course style. Like, I've seen it somewhere else where I watched the video. I was like, this is horrible. Like, what the hell? And of course, that's the animator's. If it's the same animator, the animator got hired to do it, and he's like, I don't fucking know what they're doing with this stuff. Like, I'm just here to make my money.
Yeah, they're just getting paid. There are a lot of those like styles. Like the Crash Course style isn't very unique. There's a lot of people that use that style for their animations.
That's what it is.
I've never even heard of it. Kurskergakt.
Kursgesagt. Fucking pronounce that one for me, boys.
I never
in a nutshell
heard of that in my
now
life.
this is like I saw it on one of the things where they were like, oh yeah, this is one of the fascinating science channels on YouTube.
I think I heard there's been a lie.
I think I heard some of like controversy about them where they didn't look up their sources, or it seemed like they almost willfully didn't want to go over their sources.
Right, which I mean, if you're going to do an information,
do some kind of,
that should be
stance.
your main thing is like, hey, check that stuff.
Yeah. Auroras was restored from a fossil. It said that when this Pokemon howls, auroras appear in the night sky. I'm going to name it Flapdoodle.
There's this other one that I've watched occasionally.
ASAP Science is cool.
Maybe that's the one.
Where he draws on the whiteboard?
Oh, not that one. I have seen that before. That's not bad.
Flapdoodle.
Not Lazy Nezumi. That's not it. Oh, it is the one you're thinking of. That does have like, you're saying this is the one that has controversy that they say they don't have.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
And I like their animation style.
I like their animation style
and I think it's very like contrasty.
Oh,
and I think
okay.
it does make for entertaining videos.
Right, but
I
they
heard
said
that
a lot
I
of
heard
their
that a lot of their
information.
sources, at least at one point in time, to the point where they actually came out with a video and they're like, "This is our process. We completely disagree that we're, you know, just going willy-nilly
Oh
over
yeah,
our
these
sources
are
and
more
other-
like
other
their stuff is like what if shit and like, hey, this is
It's more theoretical, I think.
it's more theoretical stuff, and they're like they talk about a bunch of like I like the animation stuff, which is usually what I watch it for. I don't really follow a ton of their stuff,
Yeah.
but I had not heard of that.
And I'm sure they're
controversy.
still good.
Right.
I just don't know if I don't think I have this thing. I don't know if they would be because I'm not an educator. I don't know.
No, yeah.
You know, I think they're still good for like bringing up thought experiments and stuff. But I don't think they would be a good source for information of like, no, they said it, so it's true. It's like, I don't know, hold on. Like,
Well, no,
like
I
much
mean-
of science, you know, maybe no, maybe don't do that.
Well, in general, like I always tell my students, and something that I do too. Hey, just because you read something somewhere doesn't mean that it's true. You have to go back it up with other facts and sources.
Yeah. And much like I was saying earlier, I think it was or whatever it was. But again,
K-U-R-Z,
do your due diligence and look into it.
Agatz?
I'm actively playing. I can't fucking do
No,
that. So
I'll look up Kurz
I don't know how to spell. I couldn't fucking spell it for you if I wanted to even now.
No, not their Twitter.
Ooh. They made a video like kind of trying to rebut and say, no, we do our due diligence and we do look into our sources and this is what we think about and this is blah, 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 you know? And it kind of seemed like
Here we go.
catch
So a
yourself
YouTube
type
channel
deal.
called Copy Break released a video accusing the prominent science channel of being untrustworthy and released one-sided emails of his conversation with founder Philip Detrimer.
That sounds familiar.
So imagine this is what you were talking about because it's
sounds
about
familiar.
Kurzagat.
When did that happen? Like,
2019. So
God,
just last
I
year.
didn't feel like it was that early. Okay.
I'm out of the loop. What's
I'm
with all the
fallible.
drama? On because I mean they're a big popular YouTube channel, and you do have a social responsibility if you're
educating,
and trying
like,
to educate people with this kind of stuff.
Were
and
they
you're not just
wrong?
being-
Were they right? Was would you
I
say
don't
Coffee
know.
Break? Was Coffee Break, you know, just trying to attack him? Like, what was going on with that?
Basically, Coffee Break wanted to make a video about him not doing proper research for one of his videos. That
I heard it was multiples, but okay, I might
I'm
be
just
out
reading.
of the loop.
I'm
Yeah,
reading
yeah,
Reddit
yeah.
comments, so like you know, it's very much a active learning process. But I'm kind of interested because
Yeah.
I am subscribed to them, so I would like to know, like, hey, have they been doing their research?
I think they make good videos. I heard that there was controversy that they weren't doing sources right or something like that.
This is an AMA.
And since you brought up science stuff, and I was like, hey, I used to watch them a lot, and then they stopped showing up after the thing that happened. Or didn't happen. I don't know.
Right.
You know. What was the big deal with it?
So
Did they-
Copy Break, a small YouTube creator, posted a new video condemning Kurzagat's
K channel.
K channel's credibility video.
Carbink.
Copy Break's side of the story is that near the end of the February or so, he emailed
Damn it.
KT asking for an interview to clarify some misconceptions made in KT's addictions video. KT responded saying he would be available for an interview by the beginning of March. KT posted their credibility photo and took down the addiction video as well as the refugee video on March 3rd.
That does sound very familiar.
CB believes that KT's credibility video was created for the sole purpose of making sure that CB couldn't create a criticism of KT's video, or maybe they found that the credibility might be actually flawed and they socially and responsibly took it down.
I remember they made a video, like a response video
Yeah.
of some sort. Yeah.
Kurzagat's point of view is a little different. KT says that he believed CB's intent to make a defaming gotcha video, which is why he was reluctant at first to answer some of CB's initial questions, which if you're a big YouTube channel or you're a big individual, I don't blame you for being somewhat skeptical in that kind of regard.
Yeah.
Especially if you don't have a relationship with that person before, or they don't have a long-standing history, which maybe Coffee Break does. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know anything about Coffee Break. I was just
KT
hearing that, you know, the things that I said earlier.
Coffee Break to send him some of the interview questions. Pokemon School.
I know.
Carbink.
It's like the carrot. Remember, it was
Yeah.
like care. Dual Pokemon Rock Fairy type, when beset by attackers, Carbink wipes them all out by firing high energy beams from the gems embedded in its body. That was its like Moonbeam attack. Cool. Rock and Fairy. No wonder it was hard to catch. Thank God I got a crit hit.
Yeah. KT says he would get back to him early March. KT says that CB was the one who failed to respond. KT also claims that the credibility video had been a work in progress for 2 years and that he had been uneasy with leaving the Addictions and Refugees videos up on his channel despite its misleading information.
Okay.
CGP Gray has confirmed this, saying KT has been talking about this for years.
CGP Gray's pretty good, right?
I've never heard of them.
I've heard about them, but I don't actively watch them. I heard our friend Willow saying that they're great, and I've actually heard people on our Discord be like, hey, like, CGP Gray makes incredible videos.
Willow's very thorough about a lot of their stuff, so I would not be surprised.
I don't know. Willow did like what's that podcaster?
That's true.
The super
not super best friends, his name? Right?
No. He was like UFC fucking oh god, what's
John
his fucking
Cena?
name? No, podcaster. God damn it, what the hell's his name? It was right on my lips.
Not Austin Wood.
No. God damn it, I feel
Joe
so
Rogan?
stupid. Joe Rogan, thank you. Yes.
Yeah. Joe Rogan is a weird, because I don't like Joe Rogan as an individual, but I can understand why people flock to his podcast because he brings on...
It's definitely good content.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's good for people content. And I do not think that, you know...
Joe Rogan brings on interesting individuals, but
definitely.
As a person himself, he very much seems like an idiot half the time. Or maybe he's playing dumb, or he's just doing it to get views, but...
It might be a character. It fucking works.
It might be a character. Yeah. He's a comedian by nature, so maybe he's playing dumb sometimes, but, you know, he also has these some backwards-ass theories.
What is that thing? I don't think we have that thing.
I love that Pokemon. He turns into a really cool one.
It looks like a weird Yoshi.
He kind of does.
Damn it.
I'm surprised because Joe Rogan has some very, if I remember right, some interesting opinions when it comes to something that would definitely pertain to Willow as well.
No, that's why I was like, yo, Willow, are you aware of a lot of the controversy with Joe Rogan and stuff like that? Like, I'm sure he's got a lot of good points. I'm sure he's got some fucking terrible ones too.
That's all human beings do.
Yeah. I mean, but I don't actively watch them, so I'm not like well inclined to be, you know, commentating on it. Other than the fact that, like, hey, I think he makes content. That's a thing.
Yeah, my friend sent me some videos because he really enjoys some of the Joe Rogan because he likes the individuals that get brought onto it. And I've watched a couple of interviews, and some of them are okay, but he also just brings some scum of the earth people on there occasionally too.
I think that's my biggest problem with him is that he gives a platform. He gives a platform. There you go, for a lot of fucking shitty people.
Exactly.
And it's like, I'm not doing anything wrong. It's like, you kind of are.
You kind of are when you have a platform that's that big.
Rockhead Pokemon, Bagon, Dragon. It's a little dragon. Bagon jumps off cliffs every day, trying to grow stronger so that someday it'll be able to fly. Well, I mean, keep trying, little buddy. You got this.
Keep trying.
I'm gonna name him Roshi, but not because of Roshi, but because he's a. I'm gonna name him Doshi because he's a dragon.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
But it does sound like that controversy is 2 videos in particular for the Kurzik got.
It was okay, yeah. So it was the addiction one, and then the immigration one?
No,
it wasn't immigration. It was
addiction and refugee.
Refugees, thank you. Yeah.
Okay.
We have the Dorito Mon, right? We have the Dorito Pokemon.
I believe we do.
I think we do. I swear we do.
Do we have Zubat?
I want to say yeah.
I want to say no.
I want to say. I mean, because we have the big one. I don't know if we have Zubat, though. We have Golbat? That Zubat looks weird.
Its mouth is closed. Zubat? It is a Zubat.
It looks like it had eyes.
Nah, it's just his mouth is closed, so its fangs looked like it.
I'm like, is there an under-evolved Zubat? Like,
I love Zubat.
Where it's got little eyes? We don't. We don't have this little bastard.
I don't think he's been in the games yet. I think there's been other bat Pokemon that we've caught, but I don't think Zubat's been introduced.
I feel like we have Golbat.
We have the big pig snout bat Pokemon.
Oh, that's right. We do have that
one.
I
was about to say, I don't think we have Zubats.
Well, maybe I'll go back and try and get that Golbat then.
Yeah.
That is, it's evolution, right? Golbat?
Yeah, Golbat. And
it's only Zubat, Golbat. And then they came out with the other one.
Crobat.
Yeah.
Crobat came out in that, and I think there's a Mega Crobat as well.
Mega Crobat.
But that seems to be the controversy with the KT and CB. So
was there like a? I'd like to educate myself on the matter. If was it true? Was it not? I'd hate to end this video being
Do you want Philip DeFranco to be your...
No, I don't care about Franco.
Covers the recent controversies. Like, I don't need his opinion on this.
Well, I mean, I do want an end result.
I do want an end result.
It emits ultrasonic waves from its mouth to check its surroundings, even in tight caves. Zubat flies around with skill. No, Zubat, we know what you are. If I name you anything, it would be Repel.
The sex and production of videos is indisputable for professional and engaging, however, it's important to put flaws.
It's indisputable?
No, scripts do not appear based on scholarly research, according to some people. But this is also like, this is a rabbit hole that you'll have to go through.
Okay. Golbat, please fight me. Thank you.
It's a German-based YouTube channel and a design studio.
That makes sense because of the name, I think.
Producing these videos in English and German since 2014 with a focus on STEM fields, and most recently has begun addressing societal and humanitarian issues.
That makes sense.
The company's founder, Philip Demeter, believes that all information can be presented in a way that everyone can understand, regardless of the viewer's prior knowledge.
Definitely
the video
good.
Of information overlord. This concept is especially alluring. After watching several videos, it's clear that Kurzgott uses some solid information design concepts to develop these tutorials, presenting information not only in an attractive manner but also effective one. With nearly 2 million subscribers and at least one of its videos boasting 9 million views, his YouTube
I'd agree with
channel
all that.
is steadily gaining popularity. This is by Aris/NA, the Art Library Society of North America.
Ow.
So whatever credibility they have. Users can access the videos on either YouTube or Kurzgott's website. However, the YouTube channel seems to provide better topical organization. All right, where's about...
Okay, so basically what I'm getting is, yeah, they do a good job at what they do, and they provide good talking points and starters, but maybe not the lower,
maybe not the minutia
type stuff. Yeah. Which, I mean, it's an educational video built around, cartoon animation style, meant to be, like you said, consumable by pretty much everyone, despite you not knowing anything about the subject. And I think that's great. Okay. Well,
so, I mean, it sounds like their opinion is like, it's all right, but yeah, if they want to have better...
It's not a college course. It's a fucking YouTube video.
Right. Tutorials are developed specifically for users with no prior knowledge of the topic on view, and when you don't know what you don't know, the information presented becomes questionable if the sources are weak and the language is loaded.
Okay.
The lack of credible supporting research...
I did hear that the language can be loaded, like they almost had an agenda type of deal.
Supporting research is problematic for an educational project aimed at creating tutorials for the novice.
I get that.
As the academic community slowly but surely embraces the OER, which Open Educational Resource Movement, which is, basically YouTube channels providing information to people.
Rather than close behind doors of colleges.
Exactly. Kurzgott has the potential to become an acclaimed addition to the classroom, both globally and at all educational levels. However, the company will first need to partner with more experts and scholars in fields represented by the videos to render Kurzgott's intellectual content as a solid and visual content.
Okay, no, that all sounds good then.
It's basically academics saying like, hey, to even have more credibility to your videos, you really need to partner up with even more of the academic community.
There's always the opportunity for that.
Exactly.
Okay, well then that sounds good. It wasn't as blown up as I thought it was going to be.
And that's education.
Hey, we learned today, kids. We also learned that Golbat loves to drink other creatures' blood.
Awesome!
It said that if it finds others of its kind going hungry, it sometimes shares the blood it's gathered.
Science. Dark
Look
science.
at what we did today. I was wrong or misinformed, and we educated ourselves.
Hey. That's what I'm all here for.
We'll see you guys later. Next time, beep, bop, boop.
Hey, do we have Clefairy?
You know what? I don't know. I'm gonna try and fight it. I did see it earlier, and since we didn't have Zubat and Golbat, I was, you know what? Let's just try it. Fuck it.
Yeah, it's like we might have Clefairy, but I honestly don't know.
I don't know. I want to say yeah, but I might be thinking of Chansey. Like, so it's been so long.
They're the same Pokemon.
Kind of, yeah. Right.